Let's see here. Burn me up. Somebody said we're back. Good. I'm trying to refresh mine over here. Part 2. There we go. Burns me up, man. I don't know what happened, y'all. I really don't. Give everybody a second to log back in. I had to do a whole setup again. I'm telling you, must have little words in it like if I hear too much Zelensky, if I hear too much the whatever, then we're gonna jam him up. We're gonna jam him up. Burn me up, boy, I tell you. All right, well, I forgot what I was saying now, and I'm sure that was the whole objective. I mean, I had the Wi-Fi on, and the other time I took the Wi-Fi off, so both of them was jamming up. It was the Wi-Fi, whether I had used the Wi-Fi or the network. Still, no good. No mas. No mas. Anyway, now, we all know where I was. I was at the point where Midget Man was about to turn President Trump into turning green. There it is. So Midget Man, he wants Mr. McGee to turn into the Hawk. That's what it is. I mean, he wants rather David Banner to turn into the Hawk. You heard him, Mr. McGee. Don't make me angry. Yeah, but Mr. McGee didn't listen. He didn't listen. So here goes Mr. McGee about to push it and turn Trump into the Incredible Hulk any second now. So let's get it.
Go ahead, guys.
Well, Zelensky should have done. Now, I normally don't do this. But see, this is a clip from Wild Bill back in the day, Slick Willie. He was a horrible president, you know what I'm saying? But he was slick with the mouth. So listen to how Slick Willie even said, this is the way you might want to deal with Putin or any world leader. But Zelensky, he needs to listen to Slick Willie because he didn't do this. Watch this. Listen to what Slick Willie got to say about it.
Look, Mr. Putin he's very smart.
But you know him better than most people.
Yeah, I do.
What was he like behind closed doors, away from the sort of the public utterances?
Smart and remarkably, we had a really good, blunt relationship.
How blunt?
Brutally blunt.
Ever fisticuffs?
No, but I think the right strategy most of the time but it's frustrating to people in your line of work. You should be brutally honest with people in private.
In private. So even Slick Willie said that. Brutally honest with people in private. And then what about in public, Slick Willie?
And then if you want them to help you, try to avoid embarrassing them in public.
Right.
Yeah, but I guess that don't apply to Trump. See, I guess they all wanted Trump to just straight be like, oh yeah, he sure is a killer. Don't worry, me and you together, we're going to stop him. We're going to stop him. Yeah, that right. Yeah, but come on, what are you, stupid? Even Slick Willie knew. You can't negotiate like that.
Now, sometimes they do things which make it impossible for you to keep quiet. But by and large,
yeah, like what Zelensky did. He's about to make it impossible for Trump to keep quiet. Now, Trump done been nice all this time, but he's about to make it impossible. Now, understand, y'all, he earned this butt whooping. That's what he's done. He's earned it.
I found all the people I dealt with appreciated it if I told them the truth. How I honestly felt and what our interests were and what our objectives were. And they also appreciated it when I didn't kick them around in public for as long as I couldn't kick them around. So, that's my experience. And
did Putin ever...
You hear that? Yeah. They appreciate it. Don't kick them around in public as long as I can not kick you around. In other words, if you make me, kick you around, if you put me in a position where I'm like, dude, I got to go soccer on you right about now. Yeah, I got to go ahead and start kicking you around down the street like a can. That's what Zelensky is doing. Now, the sad part is he want Trump to do, what Slick Willie is saying not to do to Putin. He wants Trump to do that, which would definitely ruin any possibility of a ceasefire and a deal. But by doing that, he ends up becoming the victim. Zelensky now gets kicked around. He's the one that, could have remained relatively unscathed in this whole interaction, but he pushed it to the point where Trump was like, man, I'm trying not to go ahead and put my steel-toe boots on and go to work on you, but you won't let me.
On a personal agreement he made to you.
He did not.
So behind closed doors, he could be trusted.
He kept his word in all the deals we made.
And when
He kept his word in all the deals we made. Now, I bet you the Democrats don't want to see that clip right there. I bet you the fake news don't want to see that clip. Nah, they want Trump to be the dumb negotiator, the one that's going to be out there talking crazy and then expect negotiations to take place. So let's hear Megan's going to sum it up, because guess what? We're going to find out, y'all, that maybe Zelensky wasn't as bold as he was on his own.
the big blow up happened, Mr. Zelensky also addressed in that critical moment as the tension was building Vice President Vance using only his first name, saying, "What kind of diplomacy, JD, are you speaking about?"
What kind of diplomacy?
And that's where it all went out the window.
What do you mean?
I'm talking about the kind of diplomacy that's going to end the destruction of your country.
Yes, but if you are not strong...
Mr. President, with respect, I think it's disrespectful for you to come into the Oval Office and try to litigate this in front of the American media.
First of all, during the war, everybody has problems. Even you, but you have nice ocean and don't feel now.
Now, here's where all the tolerance went right out the window. This is the moment where your mom hangs up the phone. It's too late by that time. When that phone is hung up, it's no. Now you're like, wait. No, it's too late. My brother and I got it one time in the back seat, out there just acting up. Stop touching me! And doing all that, and she was driving. That's back when the car right there. She pulled over, threw it up in park. There's no coming back from that. Soon as she put it in park, we knew we was all up in the back part of the window. Remember, cars used to have that little area in the back window where you can get up in the back window if you're a kid. We was all up in there, and she was throwing blows from the front seat all the way to the back on us. Do you know how long, though, she tolerated us before she had to pull over and throw it? Yeah, we got all kind of warnings. You better stop. Y'all better, if I pull this car over, she had to pull it over and make an example out of us. Same thing right here. This is the moment.
But you will feel it in the future. God bless.
You don't know that.
God bless.
You don't
God
know
bless.
that.
You will not have a war.
Don't tell us.
That sounded like a threat. That's what that did. That sounded like a threat. Or I'm kind of hoping that things go belly up for you guys so you will know what I'm talking about, know what I'm feeling. See, that's where it went all belly up.
That's what we're going to feel.
No
You're in no position to dictate what we're going to feel. We're going to feel very
You will
good.
feel influence.
We're going to feel
The
very
belt's
good
out.
and very
You
strong.
will feel influence.
You're right now not in a very good
Put your
position.
You think
You're
hands
gambling with World War III.
down.
You're gambling with World War III.
But he don't even know it. So he's gambling with World War III. Are Democrats that is encouraging this crap to continue and don't want to see this go on is gambling with World War III, but they don't care. They've always done that. They were trying to gamble with World War III when Trump won the first time, trying to vet him and Putin against each other, not caring how far that could have escalated or got out of control. They didn't care about that mess, as long as they were in power and could ruin Trump. So this guy right here, without no reasonable explanation or conclusion or solution of how we can stop this without it turning into us committing troops against Putin, which would turn into World War III. But here he is, making demands that could drag us into a mess. So now he's done it. Gloves are off. Trump don't want to hear nothing else this guy got to say, but Trump now becomes the bad guy. Now look at all of the times that he could have avoided this whooping.
And what you're doing is very disrespectful to the country,
In
this
front of
country. It's
with
back
all
to
respect to
you.
you.
Far more than a lot of
Too
people
late.
said
Wearing
they
respect.
should have.
Have you said thank you once?
A lot
Let JD get some of this too. Toss the belt over to him. You're going to learn to respect the U.S.
times.
No, in this
Even
entire meeting,
today.
you said thank
Even
you.
today.
You went to Pennsylvania and campaigned for the opposition in October. Offer some words of appreciation for the United States of
What you're
America
speaking about.
and the president who's trying
Thank
to
you, Don.
save your country.
We are staying in our country, staying strong from the very beginning of the war. We've been alone, and we are thankful. I said thanks.
You haven't
in
been
this
alone.
Now
cabinet.
see, there you go. Now you got to get back in. Yeah, Trump got a little tired of whooping him. See, I didn't want to do that, but you brought it on yourself. Well, I don't care. You still should have whooped me, and the whole time I was. You ain't learned. You ain't learned. Go get the belt again. Go back to work on him. See?
We gave you, through this stupid president, $350 billion. We gave
Now you getting Biden whooped.
and you men are brave, but they had to use our military.
What about
if you didn't have our military equipment,
You invited
if
me
you
to
didn't
speak.
have our military equipment,
Now this guy, he's not reading the temperature. He don't see. This is all the way off the rails. It's over. It's over. Trump's full-blown green right now. Full-blown green. He turned right when he came out talking about, you will feel it later. That was it. It was, oh, dun, 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 dun. So now all he's doing is making the hawk matter. And you know, the madder he gets, the stronger he gets.
this war would have been over in 2 weeks.
In 3 days, I heard it from Putin.
And then got the nerve with the sarcasm, like whatever. I've heard it from Putin. And look, we're still standing because of us, you idiot. Doesn't even realize it.
In 3 days. This is something
Maybe
new.
less.
In 2 weeks. Of course, yes.
It's going to be a very hard thing to do business. That was with Obama, who gave you sheets, and I gave you javelins.
Yeah.
Yes.
I gave you the javelins
giving
to
you a
take out
whooping.
all those tanks. Obama gave you sheets. In fact, the statement is Obama gave sheets and Trump gave javelins. You got to be more thankful. Because let me tell you, you don't have the cards.
Not the
with
cards
us,
at all.
you have the cards.
Not at
But
all.
without us, you don't have any cards.
Made some sense.
Well. Now, if you think that, everybody was like, well, Trump was the bad guy, and this, look at the lady right here that came with him in his cabinet.
And the Ukrainian ambassador to the U.S. appears to be the only Ukrainian in the room who understands how much damage Zelensky just did to his own case.
Yeah, she was like, oh, shite.
So why would Mr. Zelensky travel all the way to Washington to go to the White House
Here we go.
and try to publicly own the leader of the free world?
What would-
Right? Like, why? Why?
Yeah, what could possess him to do that? What type of diabolical people might be in his ear, y'all? Who do y'all think it could be? Who y'all think it could be that would go ahead and sabotage Zelensky like that by pumping him up and telling him, look here, man, you ain't got to do this. Trump trying to take advantage of you. You know what? If I was you, yeah, who would do such a thing, y'all?
Why would he have handled it this way? Well, perhaps we need look no further than the Democratic senators with whom Mr. Zelensky met before he went to the White House. And I mean within the hour.
There it is. There it is. Yeah, I'm sure he didn't go into that confident all by his lonesome. Somebody jabbed him up. And listen to this, y'all.
Take a listen to Arizona Senator Mark Kelly talk about what he told Zelensky within the hour of that meeting we just witnessed in the White House.
Hey, folks, just met with President Zelensky a little while ago.
Now, you see Lex Luthor? Do you see Lex Luthor right there? Doing his Lex Luthor stuff? See? So now here's Lex Luthor. He's boasting about it, right? But it's going to come back to bite him. Hey, folks, I just met with Zelensky about an hour ago. And listen to this.
Told him how I feel the American people are really behind him in this struggle, and Russia brutally invaded Ukraine, and Putin is a war criminal.
See? Now, you done told Zelensky a bunch of lies. Don't worry about it. Whatever Trump say, don't listen to him because the American people are with you. Now, this guy, he hasn't been paying attention to current events. He hasn't been checking the polls, the sentiment of the American people. He don't realize that we are up to here when it comes down to seeing this little midget man show up in our state and our country asking for money, and y'all treating him like he's a prince or something and giving him everything he wants. But you're going to tell Zelensky that the people's with you. And sometimes when you tell people that, hey, man, the people with you, then that means I could go ahead and talk reckless to the man who can make the final decision, because the people with you, they might put the pressure on that man. Put the pressure on him and say, look, I don't care if you don't like Zelensky, the people are with him. Not to realize that people aren't with him. The Democrats are with him.
Should be in prison. I also told him I'm a little uncomfortable that this now appears to be like sort of a business transaction. But at the same time, Zelensky needs to do what is in the best interest of his country and his people.
Now, basically what this dude did is sabotage Zelensky. He told him, basically, I don't like it. Trust me, we support you. Whatever you decide to do. If you don't want to take the deal, hey, don't take it, because bottom line, I don't like it anyway. These are traitors, man. These Democrats, I'm telling you, man, it takes everything in me not to hate and despise these people. Like, I mean, I could despise them, but they're so evil and corrupt, it leads almost to, hate. You be sitting there like, man, I want to try to make it to heaven. I got to try to make it to heaven, man. Y'all make it hard for me not to hate y'all. So now you don't give a darn about our president who's about to go into negotiations with this man. You undermine that. And by doing that, you're setting him and all of his people in his country up by prolonging this, giving Zelensky all of this boldness to go in like, oh, well, don't worry. The majority of Americans support me. These guys support me. So I'm going to go in and talk reckless to Trump. See, Zelensky don't know how things are going on right now here in America, see? So he's relying on these idiots, and these idiots are telling him the opposite of what the people are feeling. Yeah, well, I mean, if I was using it, I wouldn't accept it. I'm just saying. But hey, it's up to you, man. Do what you got to do. But I mean, I'm just saying, the people with you if you don't.
Okay, so that doesn't sound very positive about the deal, does it? I'm uncomfortable. It's been reduced to a business transaction. Just a little needling. I'm uncomfortable, and we're all on your side.
And he ain't the only one. It's another one, y'all.
And Putin should be in jail, and you should do what's in the best interest of the Ukrainian people. Democratic Senator of Connecticut, Chris Murphy, too, posted on X. Now, keep in mind, he did this at 11:15 on Friday morning before the meeting.
Another one?
Before the meeting and before the blow-up. He was so proud of himself. He posted on X Friday morning, quote, just finished meeting with President Zelensky. He confirmed that the Ukrainian people will not support a fake peace agreement where Putin gets everything he wants and there are no security arrangements for Ukraine.
Now you see, and they're dumb enough to get on social media and talk about how they sabotaged it. Yeah, I just met with Zelensky and he pretty much. Now, do you think he came to that conclusion all on his own? Or do you think this idiot was all in his ear just like the other guy was? Talking about don't accept it. I wouldn't. I'm just saying, I wouldn't do it if I were you. So these guys have been undermining negotiations with Zelensky because they hate Trump. And they probably are benefiting off of this war.
You see what he did. His post accompanied a picture of Zelensky at a conference table with, who's sat across from him? It's Senator Murphy, who's right across from him. This was within 1 hour of Zelensky's White House meeting, as I said. As I pointed out on X yesterday, it would appear that here's what happened. The Democrats bashed the two-phase deal Trump was arranging of 1, a financial agreement, and then 2, a ceasefire deal, as, quote, a fake peace agreement with, quote, no security arrangements.
Now you see that? That's what they're telling him. It's a fake peace agreement. No security error. And he was repeating pretty much everything that those cats was telling him.
To Mr. Zelensky right before he went to the White House. And then when President Trump and his vice president, J.D. Vance, called out his grandstanding and disrespect, Zelensky's, all hell broke loose. And the Democrats now, that it devolved to a fight, have reverted to their tried and true accusation
Russia.
that Trump is no more than Putin's puppet.
There it is. Yeah, all of this. They want to see this all fail, try to put Trump in the light of being favorable towards Putin, even though the whole time Trump was saying, I'm not on anybody's side. I'm on the side of peace. I'm on the side of life. You think these Democrats want to be on that side? No. They're on the side of war. They're on the side of how many deaths. It doesn't matter to us as long as we're getting paid, as long as we got some war going and all that stuff. That's what side they're on. So the man who is begging for peace, who said, I want to see people stop dying, they want to go ahead, sabotage the deal just to make him look like he's the dictator. Yeah, like he's the one that's a Putin puppet. They're running back the Putin puppet narrative again, y'all. And if you don't believe me, watch this.
That this whole thing was an ambush by Trump of Zelensky because he wants to do the bidding of Vladimir Putin. And
it's always the bidding of Putin. What benefit do we get? What is Putin giving us again? I'm sorry. I mean, we're just Putin puppets for nothing. We're just doing the bidding of Putin. See, this is how weak their narratives are when they try to say, well, Trump's doing the bidding of Putin. What motive does he have to do the bidding of Putin? We're the most powerful country on the planet. We got the most powerful military, okay? We have no incentive or reason to do the bidding of Putin. None. Just like Elon Musk said the other day, Putin can't afford me. But this is their default. Yeah, the way they try to make anybody look bad is say, you're doing the bidding of Putin. Putin got that type of pull? Are you kidding me? This is ridiculous, but they can't tell you why. See, they'll just say you're doing the bidding of Putin. You're trying to play. And I'm saying, what would be the most? I mean, if I'm Trump, I'm like, Putin needs to be doing the bidding of me. He should be looking at me like, man, I want to be like Trump. Man, that dude got the juice. He's running the most powerful country on the planet. Now, why would we want to, for whatever reason, Make Putin feel like he's proud of us. And that's all right. You're doing good, Trump. And you know what? One day you're going to be a great dictator just like me. But that's the stupid stuff they're going to be saying right here. Watch this.
Here's one other thing. So Chris Murphy today is very upset.
Oh, he
I bet
upset?
he wishes he hadn't sent out that tweet.
Why?
He didn't know it was going to happen, and that he would later see it as a great way to blame Trump for being a Putin puppet again, who sabotaged poor Zelensky.
So now that everybody saw that tweet, they're all going, oh, you guys were involved in this. Y'all helped sabotage us. Y'all japped up the little midget man, pumped him up to get killed. Yeah, I wouldn't take it, bet you, man. They trying to play you. Go in there and tell him you ain't accepting nothing. Now that it's coming out that these folks was all in Zelensky's ear, now they want to blame y'all are attacking me.
See, the problem is he already had gone on record as saying what he said in that tweet we just put up. And now he's all over X trying to do one of these. Walking back.
Moonwalking.
He claims he's now the victim of a MAGA smear.
MAGA
Over the last
smear.
24 hours, MAGA has been ceaselessly spreading the claim that Democrats, from Susan Rice to Tony Blinken to me, pushed Zelensky to reject the minerals deal.
Knowing they did. Only so they could come out and say Trump this and that, and look, he's siding with Putin and this and that. But yet you're on audio, you're on video, you wrote stuff down, you don't went on the internet and boasted about it. So of course, it looks like you guys influenced it right before the meeting. See, that's the funny part. Y'all were up here talking about what y'all did before the meeting. So now we see, guys, who else was involved in helping sabotage this whole deal. Whenever there's some stupidity, any type of evil, you know a Democrat politician is nearby. And if you don't believe me, they use all of this to come out and do what you're about to see.
A lie made up out of thin air, zero sources. A short lesson in how these lies spread in MAGA world.
Yeah, it spreads in MAGA world. So we're far off. Nah, there's no way that any of the left and the Democrats had anything to do with this, only to use it as Trump's evil, he's the bad one, and he's a Putin puppet, unless we take a look. So, well, let's see if they use it for that.
It had the feelings at times, Dana, of an ambush. It seemed as though, Vladimir Putin's work was being done.
There it is. Vladimir Putin's work was being done because Zelensky got out there listening to other people in his ear and got his butt whooped in front of everybody. And yeah, of course, at this point, Vladimir's like, you did the work for me, Zelensky, because you didn't know how to act. See, matter of fact, I heard Putin and then was talking about how Trump showed great restraint by not punching Zelensky right in the face. I did find that to be funny. But because he sure enough was asking for a sock to the nose. But now all of a sudden, listen to this. Trump's doing Putin's bidding.
For him,
It was a planned ambush designed to embarrass President Zelensky.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, Trump and JD invited this man all the way over here to sign this deal, but didn't really want to sign it. They didn't want to sign it. They wanted the ambushing to embarrass him. Do you see how stupid these Democrats are? I mean, they throw that mess out to only dummies. Why in the world would Trump do that? And if you watch the whole clip, you'll see that Trump was as nice as he can be. Zelensky sabotaged himself, along with all these Democrats who met with him, talking trash, telling him, man, that's a bad deal, don't do it. The people are with you. But now all of a sudden, Trump ambushed him.
To benefit Vladimir Putin.
Why? See? You see the things that, make your little video and put it up there with nobody challenging you. So it was a sabotage only to benefit Vladimir Putin. Why would he do that? So wait, we're going to go ahead and sabotage our ability to have all these beautiful minerals, all of these resources and everything. We sabotaged that. That's what we did. Just to please Putin. Please Putin to do what? To allow him to continue fighting when he's already vocalized, I want to go ahead and come to some type of arrangement. Yeah, that's what we're doing. See, these are dumb behind Democrats that dumb people listen to, along with the fake news.
There's no question that this was a setup.
There's no question that this was a setup. In what way and why? What kind of setup? Do you really think Trump and JD sat back like, let's bring him over here and set him up? He set himself up, and they don't want you to see all of that stuff that led up to this. All of the clips that I showed early when he was giving his PowerPoint presentation and Trump tolerating all of that, allowing all of that to go on until he couldn't take it no more. But it was Trump. It was all a setup.
This was a setup for the cameras to try to humiliate Zelensky.
That was the goal. It was just to try to humiliate Zelensky. He humiliated himself. Trump covered for that bum when they talked about his dress attire, and Trump still covered for him. But yet he was there to try to, humiliate. Now, these are all the evil actors on TV. Notice these are people that they bring back on to trash Trump. This should be quiet. Yeah, Susan Rice, Loretta Lynch, any of those people. This guy, Brennan, these are people who should be laying low. They should not be on TV at all, talking about anything. These are the evil Bond villains that we've been watching for years. But yet now all of a sudden, they want to come on and talk about this. Man, I'm telling you, they better be lucky Cash Patel, Bondi, and all of them don't turn their attention to these evil folks and say, yeah, what was their involvement in all of that stuff back then? Look, another one.
I couldn't agree with you more, Chris. This certainly is a day that will live in infamy in the annals of U.S. and international diplomatic history.
Yeah, it will live in infamy. The day that Trump spanked the mess out of Zelensky on national TV and put him in his place.
Because it is quite clear that we are at an inflection point in terms of the U.S. Engagement on the world stage. And if Donald Trump and J.D. Vance and Putin believe that they're going to intimidate and bully and threaten President Zelensky to join the club of corrupt and unprincipled leaders.
Now, can you believe this guy? I mean, he should be turning down every invitation to come out there and trash Trump and him. Is evil and corrupt and all of the stuff that he had his hands in. Do you know how many investigations should be opened up on this guy right here? Anybody that was involved in any of the shenanigans these last 8 years probably should be going, let me shut my mouth up, lay low, and maybe they might overlook me. Maybe they might not start saying, why were you involved in signing off on the Russia disinformation laptop stuff? Why were you involved with this, that, and this and that? Why did your name pop up here? You would think that fool would go somewhere and sit down, but he's calling the JD, Trump, and all of them evil with Putin. Now, this guy's a full-blown traitor. Former intel. Yeah, but we're supposed to honor our intel community because they're not the deep state.
They will literally need to wait until hell freezes over twice, because this is a man who is committed to the survival of his country.
If he was committed to the survival of his country, he would have took the deal, you idiot. Yeah, but nope, y'all want him to fight to the death. Y'all want him to waste all of his precious youth on an endless war, unwinnable war. But here's this guy, he's praising him. He's trying to save his country. Trump's trying to save his country, you idiot.
And to the memory of those hundreds of thousands of Ukrainians who have given their lives and been injured.
For nothing. A war that shouldn't have started, could have been avoided, but nope. Y'all went in, I thought you ain't got to listen to Putin when it come down to NATO. You tell him, don't be, if you want to, you could join NATO if you want. You could join it if you want. You're going to support me and back me up if I don't agree, right? Yeah, we got you. We got you.
In this brutal assault and invasion that Russia engineered over 3 years ago.
Oh, you see that guy? All of the spies. And look who's there. Yeah, both of those.
Propaganda is what's coming out of J.D. Vance's mouth, and it's Russian propaganda.
I saw
the propaganda's coming out of J.D.'s mouth. It's Russian propaganda.
The meeting is a despicable display of bullying by the president. It was
despicable display of bullying. Did they not watch what I just showed y'all? Did they not see the whole beginning of that interview when Trump was tolerant, patient, empathetic, all of that? They didn't see all of that? Oh, okay. So you saw the part when Trump started whooping the kids. That's all you saw. You're the people that just drove by and said, look at that person out there spanking that kid. Hey, stop whooping that kid. No, that kid brought it on himself. Here's another one.
Vice President Vance, particularly, who was on the offense, who was berating President Zelensky.
It is absolutely. What got it to that point? Did they just open up like that? I mean, do you know how much grace they gave that man before the can of whoop butt was open? I mean, that mug, they were sitting there opening it with the old school can opener slow, letting him know, I'm giving you some time. I'm twisting it right now. But Once it's open, there's no putting it back in the can.
Absolutely shameful what is happening right now. The White House has become an arm of the Kremlin.
Oh my God. Can you believe this? See, this is that stuff, man, that makes me say Democrats are unserious and the Mockingbird media is supporting this crap. So now, once again, we're going right back to that. Arm of the Kremlin. How? How? Well, I mean, what? See, now they're taking the bad side of this. They're supporting the stupidity. We're not looking at this out there. So we got to fight this war that we don't know what the heck is going on, and it's across the seas and it's somebody else's border, and we're spending all this money. We got to. America's through with that. But yet these fools right here think that they're going to sell Americans on scaring them that the White House now is an arm of the Kremlin. That's what that is. So dumb.
I just have never felt such shame about American policy before, and I don't know how our allies trust us after this.
Now you see, pencil neck, bug-eyed, watermelon-shaped face. The man that should be quiet, he's another one. He's another one that should be just quiet, it's laying low. No, I'm not coming on nobody's show. I ain't gonna be talking about the arm of the Kremlin, this and that. As much involvement in corruption as that man has been in, he should be quiet. And then here's the dang going, what's his name again? What's the evil character that fights Superman? Darn, I forget. Lex Luthor. Here's Lex Luthor again.
Putin and his cronies are probably popping champagne bottles right now.
We know.
Stupid stuff. Putin and his cronies are popping champagne bottles right now. And then we'll end with this fool right here. Boy, I tell you, I don't know what the heck is making them stick Uglyfoot out. And if you haven't watched my show, I call her Uglyfoot because they keep sticking her out there. And she's horrible. She's like a woman who thinks her feet are cute and she's rocking sandals and everybody's looking at those toes like, put those away. Stop sticking those out there. They're not cute. You're an ugly foot. So here goes Uglyfoot, and watch what Uglyfoot says.
Before the exchange, what was supposed to happen was there was going to be the signing of this preliminary mineral deal, at least, right? Aiming to end the war, but without Trump committing to any security guarantees. I mean, you say that peace should not have a price tag, but there are some Republicans, as you know, and the president claiming that, oh, you know what, America is being taken advantage of here. Is there a middle ground we can get to?
Y'all ready for this? Y'all ready for this? This chick, man, is, yes, keep putting Uglyfoot out there. Keep doing it. Listen to what Uglyfoot has to say.
There's not a middle ground with this president. He has no intentions of doing right by, number one, the United States. I appreciate what the former governor was saying.
Not right by the United States. There you go. Jasmine Ratchet. So wait, the MAGA first president, the one who is doing everything he can to restore some type of law and order, make sure we have jobs, make sure our borders secure. That guy is not trying to do right by the United States. See, this is the stupid stuff that she can only get away with on this network. And watch her let this lady spew up these lies without even questioning her.
We are in a national security crisis. We have been in a national security crisis ever since, honestly, before he even ran. We know.
How? Yeah. I mean, she is unabated. She ain't even got to worry about anything in the road slowing her down with these lies and propaganda. Nothing. She is like, man, I'm stepping on the gas with these lies.
Oh, that he had our national secrets stored at Mar-a-Lago. People felt like that wasn't really a big deal. They wanted to compare it to what was going on with Joe Biden. We know that he was showing this to people that maybe weren't supposed to see our national security secrets.
Just lies all over the place. Lies all over, bringing up national security secrets and trying to make him look like he is a spy and selling secrets to other people. Just anything. She's still in campaign mode as if the election isn't over already. Okay. She's bringing up all the stupid, crazy ideas, conspiracies and stuff and lies that they've been using for the last 4 years. As if these are new, fresh ones or something like that. Or like that, they got an election coming up against Trump.
We know that he is consistently engaged in questionable deals as it relates to our emoluments clause.
Just anything. This chick right now is firing a machine gun of lies and propaganda. Anything. And look, the lady's just letting her do it.
When he was in the first go round, next thing you know, his son-in-law was getting a lot of money from the Saudis as soon as they walked out. And so right now, and not to mention, he has decided that his DOJ will not prosecute cases that engage in any type of foreign nefariousness when it comes to getting money.
I think I can smell shite.
Me too.
So, unfortunately, we have someone that is occupying the White House, and as far as I'm concerned, he is an enemy to the United States.
Unbelievable! Can you believe this shit? Man, keep sticking that foot on out there, okay? Somebody gonna step on it, okay? On every one of those corns. That's what's gonna end up happening. The American people are gonna step on that ugly foot that you done stuck out there. All on them corns. Make you ball those toes up like a fist. That's what's gonna end up happening. They're gonna be like, dude, if you don't put that foot away, dang on it. So now, Ugly Foot just said that, yep, Trump is a enemy to the United States, right in the White House. And this is a sitting woman in Congress right there. Now, do you understand what that means to dumb people out there listening to her and trying to take her seriously? Yeah, I mean, how many dummies, maybe 2 or 3 of them that's watching that network, they will listen to that and say, we got a Manchurian candidate in there or something.
He swore an oath just like the rest of us. But right now, when you are literally putting us at risk, all because of what? Because you want to convince your followers that you should be a dictator too, that you should never leave the White House? Because you don't believe that elections should take place? I don't really understand what is going on.
Nothing. You don't really understand nothing. This woman is dumb as a box of rocks. I mean, she is throwing out stuff that there's no way she can support and back up. If she had anybody sitting there that might ask her, what do you mean by that? What is the evidence of that? How does that apply to this? Anybody. You can sit anybody in there to just ask her one question. But this lady, not this lady, this lady just said,
going on, and I don't know what it's going to take to get people to wake up.
Yes, I can definitely smell shite.
Yes, me too. And that shite comes from the whole Democrat Party. Dang on it, I'm almost done. They done made me mad. Dang on it. So, y'all, he ran to the UK. So since Trump whooped him and stuff, he gonna go tell on us, y'all. He went over there like, he whooped me real good. And so the UK's coming to the rescue. Let's see how it all works out.
We will go further to develop a coalition of the willing to defend a deal in Ukraine and to guarantee the peace. Not every nation will feel able to contribute, but that can't mean that we sit back.
It can't mean that we sit back. So then what will we do?
Instead, those willing will intensify planning now with real urgency.
Like what?
The UK is prepared to back this with boots on the ground and planes in the air.
Boots on the ground and planes in the air. Boots on the ground and planes in the air. So y'all gonna be dumb and commit to that? Now, I'm just wondering. Y'all gonna commit boots on the ground, planes in the air, and money. All right. So what do you think is gonna happen? Do you think Putin's gonna continue fighting the war like he is right now, as if he's just fighting with Ukraine? Or when he see y'all sliding in boots on the ground and planes in the air, do you think he's gonna go ahead and say, let me turn up the heat a little bit? And at that point, y'all need who?
Together with others, Europe must do the heavy lifting. But to support peace in our continent and to succeed, this effort must have strong US backing.
Wait a minute. So all of that posturing, all of that, yes, we will commit boots on the ground and planes in the air. We have a 4-point plan that we should, but it all revolves around the United States support. So y'all still need us? You're telling me that we're a key piece of the puzzle? Huh? That we're the main piece? Huh? That's what you're saying? Well, there you go. Full circle. Right back to us. See? So now what? So what? Now what? Here you go. Now you got to come back. I know I left after you whooped me and went out and was telling on you and stuff, but I want to come back home now. That's what's going to happen. And you know what? There's no way if Europe decides to get into a war with Russia, I will be upset, furious if the United States decide, dang on it. Now we got to go ahead and get involved. No. I mean, this is the point where NATO and the United States, if they drag their butts into a war with Russia, this is that point where we said, we're not honoring that. Say, hey, y'all want to go ahead and say, well, you guys are forsaking no, y'all did something stupid. Y'all are trying to commit, boots on the ground against a country that pretty much is bigger than several of those European countries right now. And they're not heavy hitters right about now. See, and that's going to be gloves off all the way. No telling how much that can get out of hand. Knowing if we decide, okay, well, Europe is getting it right about now, we're going to jump in. What do you think China's going to do? What do you think China's going to do? Sit back and watch that? Or what do you think Putin's going to do? I mean, even if he's fighting a conventional war against Europe, soon as the possibility of us coming in, he knows already, I need help, or I'm just going to say, well, bunk it. Shoot the nukes. There it is. Shoot the nukes. And these dummies over in Europe, for whatever reason, are so hell-bent on supporting Dango Zelensky, they're willing to commit boots on the ground and planes in air. And then at the end of all of that posturing. But it all revolves around the U.S. Ta-da! So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. They still need us. Now, I'm going to go ahead and maybe I'll finish this tomorrow because it is some interesting stuff that we probably, need to go ahead and cover. But I will say this. It's been a horrible miscalculation by the Democrats, by the fake news, by Europe, by Zelensky, and all of them when it comes down to the support that American citizens have for this war. Yeah, our palate right now. I'm not feeling it. I don't want it on the menu. Don't be coming around that. Would you like some war in Ukraine for that? No. Get it out of here. Well, we have a special on it tonight. I don't want war with Ukraine. No more of that, man. Get it off the menu. Okay. Let's move on to let's see. Ooh, this looks good. Some peace. All right. Oh, yeah. Ceasefire. That looks good. Minerals. Yummy. Love those. Love those minerals. That's what I want on the menu. And most Americans do too. So we'll see. But now we also see that, there were some dark forces behind instigating Zelensky getting his butt whooped as well. Now, don't get me wrong. They weren't completely, the reason. He did a lot of that himself. But trust me, his confidence to go in and do something stupid like that probably skyrocketed once he met with those idiots talking about I wouldn't trust it and all of that. And all they ended up doing is getting his butt whooped. And now you got to come back groveling if he's able to come back at all. And frankly, at this point, I don't really care. I'm sitting there going, look, man, you brought it on yourself. If Europe think they can handle it, go right on ahead and handle it and see what happens. But don't be trying to drag us in to no dang on world war over Ukraine's, or should I say Zelensky's ego. I won't even blame it on all the Ukrainians. Zelensky's ego and some corrupt politicians and globalists that want to keep this mess going. I don't want to see that. And I don't think Trump wants to see it. And I don't think American citizens want to see it, as the polling shows. So God bless y'all. God bless America. Don't forget, hit the like button on the way out. Share my videos. Follow me on all the other social media platforms. Sorry about the interruption to the first feed. I don't know what happened, but now we had to go with part 2. But we'll get that together, hopefully. I don't even know what made it do that. Who knows? So before we get out of here, don't forget, if you want to support the channel, you can by checking out Kevin's Corner Store, or you can just support the channel through my Cash App and my PayPal. The link are below the videos. I'd appreciate that. And somebody's down here wagging his tail because he knows when I say God bless y'all, God bless America. He knows what that means, right? Because I got a patriot dog. That's what I got. Yes. God bless America. Seem saluting the land. Yeah. God bless everybody. Yeah. Good old Gizmo. And then, of course, can't pick him up without picking her up. She was like, me, do me, do me. Like little kids. Yeah, do me, do me. You know what? You better stop chewing on stuff. She ain't learned the rules yet. Certain stuff you don't chew on. Gizmo been trying to teach her, but she don't want to listen. Okay, so now she gets me. She gets that part of me turn green sometimes. Anyway, all right, we'll see y'all probably tomorrow, same time, same place. Don't forget, text MAGA to this number. Other than that, be cool, be safe. God bless, and we'll see y'all tomorrow. This is awesome. I know the seat where to tear up the place. Yeah. Take care.